Your good friend Pozzible here, and I'm here with Joe.
Hello.
And Bucky.
Hello.
As today we are here to catch up on my flash again. We're here to talk about MMOs, which stands for multiplayer.
Massively multiplayer online.
If you believe what Joe's saying, which I do not. Anyway,
actually, just to get the extended version of that out, it's MMORPG, massively multiplayer online role-playing game.
Very good.
I think he just made that up. But anyway, we're here to talk about the big boys when it comes
play them, so don't.
When it comes to MMOs. And it's true, I do not play them, which is why I haven't spoken to you about them before, because I hear they're very addictive. And believe me, when it comes to stuff like that, I can get very addictive. Meaning I wouldn't be doing anything else but playing WoW or Star Wars or Republic or anything like that.
I once got into a game and forgot to eat for like 22 hours.
See, that's what I'm trying to avoid. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there have actually been people who have died after sitting down for over like 24 hours, and the second they stood up, they actually had a heart attack and they died right on the spot.
I've heard that.
You know? So that's what I'm trying to avoid with myself.
I've also heard about poop sockers.
I don't even want to know what that is.
Basically, it's people who play the game, but they don't want to get up to go to the restroom, so they use a sock.
Okay, that's very nice, Bucky. Thank you for sharing. Moving right along.
You're welcome.
Now, I want to keep this current. We're talking about World of Warcraft, which from now on we will be referring to as WoW. But these guys, being the MMO experts that they are, wanted to talk about another game first. This is the precursor to WoW, and that is
EverQuest.
EverQuest. Okay, and let's start off. Bucky, what would you like to say about EverQuest?
Basically, I think it was the first MMO that really broke the mold per se. It was smaller. It was a smaller version of WoW in a way where when you went into a geographic location, it was very, very limited where you could go, but you were in that location with other people. Mm-hmm. And pretty much one of the things that got me to continue playing EverQuest is the very first time I played, the very first world I went into.
Right.
Someone was getting ready to quit the game because they were bored with it. And they said, the first person to find me gets all my gold.
Oh, wow.
And not WoW, EverQuest.
Sorry.
But the funny thing is that I didn't know it when I was trying to understand the game, that I was standing right next to that person.
Oh, really? So you must have been very new then at the time.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even understand the whole chat functions or anything. So, and next thing I know, I saw that I had like 200 gold, and I was like a level 1, level 2 character.
Oh, well, you felt lucky, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
All right, Joe, did you have anything to add about EverQuest?
Not really. I never played EverQuest.
Okay. That's all you wanted to say about EverQuest? Okay, yeah.
Pretty much.
If you never really played it, okay. So let's go back.
I saw Bucky play it.
Let's go back to WoW. Joe, you were saying how you actually spent like 22 hours.
I think that was during WoW as well.
And yeah, that's what I hear. These games are very addictive.
EverQuest didn't really have the graphics WoW has. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was almost like an Atari game to some degree, comparing it to the graphics we have now in games.
Yeah, I love Atari games, so. But then again, that was back in the day.
EverQuest came out a lot earlier than WoW, so
yeah, exactly.
We just didn't have the build-up.
Yeah. So with that being said, why do you guys still play? Because Bucky, I know you still play World of Warcraft. Joe, when's the last time you played?
The last time I played? Or
World of Warcraft.
Oh, World of Warcraft? Oh, that was probably... Well, that was a long time ago, probably about 5 years ago.
Okay. So what is the allure, gentlemen? Why do you still talk about it and consider it? Bucky, what are your thoughts?
I think for me, part of it is, it offers challenges that are great. I love the character. Like, if you play Dungeons and Dragons, it has all the Dungeons and Dragons type characters in the game. You can be a hunter, you can be a wizard, although they're called mages. You can be a warlock and control a demon. There's like so many things you can do, along with quests you can do to get like special items. You can go in dungeons, and if you complete dungeons, you get bigger prizes. And it's a way to really advance your character evenly.
Right. Now, gentlemen, I hear that these games, one of the major draws to them is that people connect online and they meet each other. There have actually been marriages from real people who met playing World of Warcraft. Would you say it's great for social interaction?
Actually, yeah. I mean, I never considered myself a guild type of person, but
What is a guild person?
Guild is basically just a group of people, like a club.
Okay.
And so, a lot of people that are in a guild will actually get online at the same time and meet, and they will do a dungeon together, where they'll basically go into this dungeon and just kill everything that they see.
Right, so it's a team, basically.
Exactly.
Okay. Joe, what are your thoughts on this being a very social place?
Yeah, I've met a lot of people on playing different MMOs. I think this, as far as social interaction, it really depends on who you're interacting with, though. You get some real bad people at some time.
That is true.
That is what I hear. I heard one time they were cracking down on stuff like that. Bucky, anything what you wanted to add about WoW before we moved on to the next one?
Basically, the thing about guilds, though, is that when I first started playing WoW, I was so excited to play that I joined like the first guild that offered me membership, pretty much.
Okay.
And now, granted, I was up in like level 20, 30 area, somewhere around there, and we were doing this one quest where we were in like this dangerous area surrounded by dangerous creatures. And then all of a sudden, one person in the quest says, "Oh, I need to go. My mom's making dinner," or something like that.
I see that.
And so basically, when one person left, another person was all here. It's, "Oh, our mission's impossible now. I'm going to leave too." And they left me stranded in the middle of this dangerous area.
All by yourself.
Right. And so pretty much from then, I hadn't joined a guild since until like about a month or two ago, and then.
But tell me, in that situation, can't you, like, quit the game and, like, teleport yourself out of it? Or what happens to get your... How do you get back to safety when you're surrounded like that?
Basically, in World of Warcraft, in various locations, there are these inns.
Okay.
And basically, at an inn, you can make an inn your home.
I see.
It's basically considered a home because there's this thing called a Hearthstone. When you click on the Hearthstone, it takes you back to your home.
I see.
So as long as you're in an inn, when you're logged out, you also gain XP points.
Okay.
Not XP points, rest XP. Which means that when the bar is blue, whatever you kill, you will actually get double XP for. When the bar turns from blue to purple, you just get regular XP.
Right, because I take it it's saying you're being tired.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, there was this... period of time where like 3 years went by before I played because I quit for a while, but then I got back into it.
Right.
I only had one character at the time, and he had like 2 or 3 levels of rest XP built up. In fact, he still has not reached his cap yet on XP.
And also, finally, when it comes to WoW, you're joining the panda thing where WoW introduced pandas.
I made a panda character.
And what do you think of it?
Because the thing is, the way the commercials make it seem is that you can only be a panda monk. That is not true. You can be a panda hunter, which is what I am. The hunter is my favorite class to play in World of Warcraft. You can be a night elf monk if you want to. And the thing is, the reason that the pandas are different, though, is that there's the storyline you have to do first up until like level 14 or 15. And then you choose whether you want to be Horde or Alliance at the end of it.
Would you say that these pandas came from that movie Kung Fu Panda with Jack Black?
No comment on that.
Okay. All right, that's great. That's enough about WoW. We're going to move on to our next segment now, which is Star Wars MMO, Star Wars Old Republic. Joe, you're the expert in there. How long before Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, does this Star Wars take place?
I don't know the exact number, but it's over 3,000 years because it takes place... I think they said like 125 or 300 years after the Star Wars Old Republic video games, Knights of the Old Republic.
When's the last time you played that game?
This one, a couple months ago.
Yeah. What do you think of it? Comparing this to WoW, which one would you say is better?
Well, WoW set of standards that you really can't measure up to. I mean, Star Wars MMO, they took all the good stuff in WoW. And they kind of made that, like, you have your different classes. There's tanks, there's DPS, there's healers. Mm-hmm. But the cool thing about Star Wars is once you hit around level 9, you get a quest for your character. And your quest will give you the quest will end with you getting a companion. So when you go into battle, and you send your companion in.
What kind of companions can you get?
They're basically like, they're going to be classes as well. You got your tanks, your healers, your DPS. Depending on the way you're playing, you get the companion that's good for you. So, like, my character was a Sith Inquisitor who went up into the Assassin. I was straight up DPS, so I used my first companion. My first companion was it was Kemval, who was a tank character. So I'd send him in, to start getting the aggro and getting people to focus on him. Then my assassin would go behind him with my double-bladed lightsaber and start backstabbing.
I see. Okay.
I tried doing DPS, but we kind of needed some healing or, a little tanking in there.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. So, I mean, would you say that Star Wars, though, as a Star Wars fan that you are, would you say that it's at least worthy to play?
Yes, and they just did a free-to-play option as well. So now, as long as you can get the game, you don't have to pay the $14.99 monthly fee. You can play it for free. You still have the option to pay the $14.99, and you're going to get more goodies, such as you'll gain XP quicker. I'm not sure exactly what all you get with the $14.99. I know the XP one was a big one. I think you can only do so many daily missions a day, whereas when you pay the $14.99, you get more of the daily missions.
Exactly. I just had a thought about this also when it comes to Star Wars online gaming. With Disney now acquiring Star Wars, do you think that there'll be some improvements? Do you think there'll be some hidden Mickeys now?
Doubtful.
Doubtful?
Yes. But although World of Warcraft did make references to all the other things, World of Warcraft made reference to Star Wars at one point.
Right.
There's a weapon you can get World of Warcraft called a vibroblade. That's an old weapon from the Old Republic.
From the Old Republic.
Yes, so, I mean, Star Wars could make these subtle little hints at other things.
All right. Well, you know what? Those are MMOs for you. One question I do have for both of you real quick is my biggest concern with me joining an MMO is not just the addiction part, but the fact that I find these games very, very complicated. Like, I see a lot of buttons and everything, and in the limited time we have left, do you guys have anything to say to people who say, oh, it's just too complicated to play? What's your opinion on that?
It's not complicated to play whatsoever. I mean, to quote Tommy Lasorda, if I can do it, you can do it.
All right, Joe, what are your thoughts?
All you need is a good organization. You're going to gain skills that you're not even going to use, so you don't even have to worry about putting them. You can put them off to the side. Just your main functions, put them down at the bottom. You'll do fine. Just have a good attack rotation.
All right, that sounds great. Well, guys, thank you very much for all that information. It's been really informative. You out there in internet land, have a great day.
See you later.
Bye.